It also says hashtag OTT. I don't know what that is.
Auto-tune Tyrone.
Yeah. Live after that, he
OTT.
says.
Here we
All right,
go.
well, we continue on with the best of 9. Your guys' intros are a lot more fun than mine, so why don't you guys hit me up? Intro these players.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is time to get into it, man. The series is dead neck and neck. It's been impressive thus far. It's another game here for the World Vision 2019. Give Me Shelter, Base Trade, Lang TV coming together. Canadians at the very tippity top right now for the kids. Mixter Maximus
Blackstimus. Yes.
Blackstimus.
Hit me up with the return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac again.
Up here in the top left-hand side of Cyber Forest, we have Lambo. And in the bottom right, we have Goblin.
Woo! I'm excited.
You just don't know what Goblin's going to do.
I'm excited.
I'm not even sure Goblin knows what he's going to do until he does it.
I'm excited.
Well, I don't
Goblin
know who
crushed it
just
last
donated because it came in anonymously, but $42
Let's go.
for the kids.
Bless.
I love these
Let's go.
messages, guys. So one thing I'd like to do really quick here. This is a little bit of self-serving for both myself and Lag TV. Number one, if you guys are enjoying the content you see, I know this is a once-off charity event. Hit the follow button. We do a lot of StarCraft 2. So if you want to see more, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm actually playing, a huge show match. One that is way more deserving than I'm valued at. $1,000 between me and another streamer. That will be happening tomorrow evening. If you guys want to check that out, be sure to come back.
Who you battling?
And I believe Jeff,
Riff's about to make rent.
I'm playing Bexy SC, a Zerg player. But Jeff, I think last year you uploaded these to your guys' YouTube. Are you going to be doing it again?
Say that one more. Say what? Say that.
Last year you uploaded these to your YouTube channel, right? Are you going to be
They
doing
will
it
be
again?
there. Yeah, I'm recording right
So
now.
if people missed out on like the first half of this, where can they find the last, or where can they make up for it later?
YouTube.com/Life'sAGlitchTV. And if you want to find us, you can just go on YouTube and search When Cheese Fails, and you'll see our channel.
That's right.
Nice. Waxilla, thank you for the Prime sub. I know we haven't been giving a lot of sub love today, guys, and it's not because I hate you, but it's just all about the kids. We're doing charity, fundraising, donations, bits, all that stuff is going towards this today. And actually, with that threshold, with Anonymous and Alaska Winter and Skunky, with the bits added in, we're actually at over $2,000 now.
Hey,
2,000 US.
Well
that's
done.
amazing, guys. Thank you
Well
so
done.
much, everybody. That is incredible. And that's 2,000 US.
Clappa.
Yeah.
So that's like
A lot more
2,600
converted.
Canadian. So that's pretty dope.
26,000 Canadian.
Well, that too. Goblin.
Feels like it.
We finally get to see some more Protoss action. And once again, opening up with the Adept. And are we going to, this time, we're going to see a robotics facility and a Twilight Council. Usually, what we were seeing in the past was the Oracle opening with the Adept.
Well, one of the context things I need to add to this, because we saw Hearthstone play earlier, right? And Hearthstone played a very straight-up style versus Zerg and won many games versus... Goblin may try and emulate this, but I think Goblin's strengths are the fact that he tends to go all in more than, say, someone like Hearthstone would.
Mm-hmm.
And against a player like Lambo, that might be harder to put off. So I actually feel like this is almost a bit mismatched. Not because one player is better than the other, but it's just the play styles really clash on this one. But Goblin is also so good that if he wanted to play a straight-up macro game, 3 bases, go to carriers and stuff like that, it's within his wheelhouse. It's not like he's incapable of doing it. I'm just talking about how we normally see these guys play. And Goblin, I know he's a little bit down in the dumps lately because of his play style, and WCS seasons and all these losses feel bad, but he is a really good player, honestly.
Yeah, we've seen that last year. He was crushing it last year, so I'm pretty excited to see what he can do for us this year. Unfortunately, if he does lose a game, that is it for him. He doesn't have a best of 3. He doesn't have a best of 5. This is the show. This Overlord coming into the base and getting all of the information that it needs. He's going to lose 2 Overlords, but he sees everything, and there is the laugh my ass off. It's an all-in, boys. It's a 2-base all-in.
The thing about this is Goblin's he's shameless. He's not even trying to hide it. Underneath the Overlord, he builds.
Just building everything.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the second the Twilight Council was scouted, that's what Lambo was lamowing at. It wasn't laughing at the gateways going down. He knew exactly what the build was upon scouting, and again, Goblin putting these gateways underneath the Overlord, it almost feels a little BM to an extent.
Well, he already knows what's happening. I mean, he's not pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. You might as well just build them wherever you can build them the fastest. And here we go. It's happening.
Yeah, this is it.
And with Lambo knowing what's coming, he's got 10 Roach just about to pop and a Ravager en route as well. And this is going to, oh man, with the Zealot speed to boot, this is going to be some positional play
This is
to
an
see
all-in.
who's going to make it happen.
This is what this is. This is either you're going to get it or you're not, and the fact that Lambo scouted it out, I'm going to wager on no, but we'll see.
Charge lots are just so good in
I think
general.
it's Warp Prism Micro on these Immortal against those roaches that determines this match right now.
Yeah, but there's so
One of the
many
big
queens.
Yeah, exactly.
There's just so many queens right now. I don't know how he even keeps the Warp Prism alive to even warp.
Look at this. He blitzes the front line, no problem. Takes on these roaches without a care in the world, but he's got to stay away from those queens, as Jeff
Beautiful
just pointed
micro,
out.
though.
In fact,
Yeah.
he's even abandoning ship over here to go down to the third instead, which is not a bad option. Huge warp is to hit this mineral line. All those
Yeah.
gateways that were scouted being put into full effect.
Ooh,
And he's
Roach
gonna get the
Warren.
Roach Warren.
Roach Warren. Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
He manages to get that, man. Crazy Warp
That's huge.
Prism control here. Crazy.
I mean, the
He's
fact that
being real
Lambo put
smart
this
with
down
that
at the
Warp
third.
Prism just on the edge of these bases here, just
Yeah.
huge.
Unfortunately, a lot of his attack is starting to fizzle out, though. The Zealots were
Yeah.
trading out okay early on, but now there's just so many units out of Lambo. But what Goblin was really hoping on was picking up that Roach War, and, what you whittle away at will not be rebuilt, but that's not how this is going so far.
Yeah. It's pretty much over. It was a 2-base all-in. He got scouted. If it didn't get scouted, this might have been a bit of a different story. But just super prepared. Got all kinds of queens out. And unfortunately, he just hasn't done any real damage. Sure, it looked pretty, but, there was no real substance there. Just kind of like I won't even say it here because for the kids. But you know where I'm going with that.
The thing
Maybe
is,
you don't, but
it's still not over, though. Like, this is an aggressive attack that... It's just... the blitz of Zealots coming in here is going to catch some of this off guard. Queens again from behind. He's going to create a wall of blades, essentially, keeping the Zerglings from getting on top of the Immortals initially. The Immortals don't need to be firing at the Roaches and not wasting shots on these Zerglings.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Holy
another
dude,
huge
it's Twisted Queen!
This is not over. The charge lots are very strong, and he's been getting some decent
my
position
God.
here.
Dude.
And the fact that the Warp Prism stays alive this whole time, this is all it was. It was the Warp Prism
You know what's gonna happen?
keeping these Immortals going. And really,
Is this real life?
Goblin's winning this game right now, boys.
You know what's going to happen? The next time Jeff gets that itch for StarCraft, we're going to see him doing this build. He's got the replay. He can learn from it for sure.
This was it. It
Dude,
was
he
the
should
Warp
have
Prism
lost this
the
game.
whole time.
This game should have been over.
Don't doubt the Zealots.
Okay, so at this point, he's at least brought the worker count to be more manageable. So it's not like, oh my god, Goblin's so far behind economically. But the tech is still, for both players, this is a very techless game. It's the most brute force version of ZVP you could ask to see.
Yeah. Oh boy, if he loses that, he cannot lose that Warp Prism. I don't know how this Warp Prism is still alive, and he's going to go ahead and recall it back. I'm thinking if I was Lambo in this situation, even having one Spore Crawler in the back of that mineral line would have paid off in spades there. It's actually quite impressive that Goblin has been able to make this, to pull this off. That is a lot of charge lots still out in the field. A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The problem is, it's a numbers game. It's not just positioning. Obviously, the Warp Prism and the micros you've been highlighting is a big part of it, but God, the amount of Zealots have been warped in. There's no gas required here for Goblin at all. Like everyone knows, he's not even mining gas. He's just pure mineral income, pure warp ins with this.
Yep. Well, this is going to be a pretty close battle. The Zealot's not able to get a very good surround. That creep's going to come in handy if he can start microing off on those Zealots. It's
He does
gonna
start
be
picking up some of the
close.
queens.
Yep. It's going to be close, man. It looks like he's going to be able to hold this. Warp Prism is
I like
gone.
this.
Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's not. He just backed it
No,
up.
no, that's
Oh
the thing.
my.
The queens were chasing it off a creep. That's why the Immortals were firing at them. They'll pick up 4 Zealots from the main base and salvage this attack too. And of
Wow.
course, that huge warp in. But the supply differential here is still,
Yeah.
it's 34 units for the Protoss, 68 for Lambo.
Yeah. He needs more Immortals, but unfortunately, it's just not going to fly. I mean, he can't even... I think he's completely walled off down at his main. It's just... this is it. He's just going to have to make this work with the Warp Prism. He's getting one sentry. He needs 2,
Guardian
though.
Shield. Well, I don't know if he go for force. I don't think he's got enough energy for force fields. Guardian Shield could help reduce some of the damage from the roaches. I don't know what the plan with the sentry is, though. To
He
be
still
honest.
needs
That's
a
weird.
way better positioning.
Oh,
That
whoa!
was
Forget what I
nice.
said.
Oh
That
my
force
God,
field was
nice.
sick.
Oh my God, that was
With the
beautiful,
queens finally
dude.
gone, he can now keep the warp prism on the front line. This
Oh
is
my
constantly been pushed
God,
off by the
bro.
queens,
Is he
and now
gonna
the
pull
Immortals
this off?
finally get to shine.
Is he going to pull
mean-
this off, dude? Look at
I don't know, dude.
Oh
It's hard.
my-
It's so
Look
close.
at
It's
these
still so
Immortals
close.
go
It's
to work.
super close, dude. There is
Whoa!
like...
What Immortal? 26 kills. 26 kills on each.
This is
Holy
insane.
shit.
He needs to get some more economy damage done here because Lambo is just eventually going to like win this game based on money alone. And like he's. I mean, I don't know anything about StarCraft, but I feel like at some point he could have probably Goblin did enough damage to consider actually spending 400 minerals on a third Nexus.
No. Not against someone like Lambo. Like the thing is, it sounds silly, but realistically, his plan isn't to play the late game. He doesn't want to have to macro against a macro beast.
Yeah, he's all in.
But you're right. Like at some point, a third's necessary because he's actually mined out of his main. Essentially, that's how long this attack has been going on for.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
That's it.
Absolutely crazy. Right now, Lambo's buying time. Like he's pushing the units back, and he's getting more and more economy going, more and more units going. 86 supply to 113, but now there is a fair amount of sentries in play, not only for the Guardian Shields, but also for some critical force fields. And this is going to be the show, guys. This right here will be the show. Who is going to take this? It's going to boil down to a micro war. Nice force fields there, picking off some of those Roach, but breaking them from the hot fire mixtapes. And a couple of sentries going down. I think it's over. Lambo's going to hold this.
I think he's just out of money at this point, which is the worst part of it. And of course, the counterattack hits off, so there are lings in the main base. Funny enough, if the probes die, it doesn't hurt because there's too many for the minerals that he has. Yeah. Goblin was...
There it is.
Man.
GG.
He was so close to breaking Lambo.
Dude,
like,
that was
so
very,
close.
very close. Yeah.
Wow. That was an intense micro game.
That was very intense. I mean, the amount of work, even though he got scouted, the amount of work he did there in the very early attack with the Warp Prism there with the Immortals, he was always just keeping that Warp Prism on the edge of every one of those ramps and moving them around and moving that Warp Prism just outside of the Queen's attack range and kept that Warp Prism alive the entire game.
Yeah.
That one Warp Prism was basically the entire game and really almost got it for him.
Never lost it.
But just, he never lost it, but he just couldn't quite get past enough to do enough economy damage. If he was able to get in to get a little bit more economy damage done, it might have been nice. The game would have been over even faster if he didn't snipe that Roach Warren.
Yeah.